Hi y'all, welcome back to New Girls on the Block. My name's Ronnie.
And I'm Naz.
And this week's episode is going to be about how to be that girl. So,
yes. Or that person too.
Yeah.
For those who everybody, that guy, that girl.
Yes.
It's just
basically how to be the maximum version of yourself.
Yes, exactly. So,
yes.
Our first topic within that is the art of letting go.
So the first thing we're going to talk about when it comes to letting things go is being able to let go of the fear of failure.
Yes.
I know I struggle with this a lot. Like there's times where I just won't even attempt to do something because I'm just afraid that I might fail, or in the past this went this way. So even if it's subconsciously, sometimes I catch myself like, dang, holding myself back.
Yeah.
But I feel like recently I personally learned I feel like I always know, when you give other people advice, but you gotta take your own advice. Yeah, because I'm always telling people fear is in your head. We have to understand fear is not real. That voice in your head that's telling you can't do something, it's not real.
Yeah, it's really not.
Yeah, I don't know if y'all are religious, but the devil is a lie.
Yes.
And that voice in your head is lying. Because,
exactly.
All you could do in life is try. Even when you fail, you could try again.
Exactly.
What do you think?
I feel the same way. I feel like letting go of failure is the first step to... Well, letting go of the fear of failure is the first step, because the fear is really... That's literally the only thing holding you back most of the time is okay, I'm scared that my business is gonna just nobody is engaging with me. I don't think I'm gonna get the traction. And by you saying these negative things about your business, you're manifesting your business to be, or manifesting whatever you are scared of or we're scared to do. You're manifesting it to fail. So before you even say any of these words, it's you really gotta think or if you have those thoughts why am I thinking this way? Is it because I'm scared of what other people perceive me as?
Right.
Am I scared of maybe they'll think that I'm doing something lame and I don't want to put myself out there that way? And I feel like that's another thing too. It's a lot of you're doing something for somebody else's opinion of you, so you okay, I don't want to have them have a bad opinion when you don't even know what they think it most of the time.
Right.
So I feel like that's the...
Or people might not even care as much as you think they
care. That's the routine.
Nobody cares.
Nobody really cares. Exactly. So that's why it's if nobody really cares, why not?
Yeah.
Just put yourself out there.
Sometimes I think it's with Instagram, people are always comparing themselves to somebody else. That could also be where fear comes in. I've had times where I wanted to start a business or idea, and then I'd be whoa, there's already 100 people doing crocheting on Instagram, or there's already 50 people doing this. But you have to remember, there's only one you. Y'all can have the same ingredients, but that sauce gonna taste different.
Yeah, literally. And
you just have to be confident that you're gonna bring something different to the table.
Yeah, I feel that's the key, is to realize there's not one person that's exactly like you, doing the exact same thing as you, doing at this exact same time. Everything matters when it comes to that. It's literally, you are an individual. Nobody else in the world is like you.
Right.
You have the power to be who you want to be in this life. And that just because somebody else is doing it, they're not you.
Yeah.
And it may sound cliche most of the time, but it's literally true.
It's that simple. And as quickly as we could speak negativity over our ambitions and our dreams, as easily as we could do that, if you just change your perspective and your thinking to say something positive, to be we were talking earlier about a healthy amount of delusion. The same way you say, well, maybe my business is not going to make it, maybe this idea is not going to pop, maybe my podcast it will get 20 listens, but if you keep at it, it's going to continue to grow.
Exactly.
And it's as easy as saying, my podcast is going to be the best podcast that ever existed.
Yes.
My clothing is... This girl over here might be doing crochet, but she ain't doing it like me.
Yep.
Just switch your mindset to thinking, when you want to say something negative, stop yourself and say, something positive.
Exactly.
Be like, I don't want to bring them up, but you gotta be like Kanye. Like, you gotta believe in yourself. Like, nobody else believes in you.
Exactly.
Because who's gonna believe in your dreams if you don't believe in your dreams?
Yes,
that's the real tea.
That is it right there. Like, literally, you're the only one who believes in yourself as much as, like, literally, like, your beliefs in yourself is what reflects on your work. So if you believe in yourself and believe that, oh, no matter what I do, I know it's gonna be successful, and I know it's gonna pick up, and you just gotta keep being consistent. Anything you want to do,
you're more powerful than fear.
Yes.
Like, our minds, we could do so much. If like I said, I don't want to get too religious, but I am a religious person. I'm a Christian, and I really believe that we are made in the image of God.
Yes.
And like, if you believe that God can do all this magnificent things, create life, create beauty, create nature, and we're made in our image, you have to know you're a God body. Anything you set your mind to, you can manifest it. The fact that you could think about something and imagine something means that it could be reality.
Yes.
We don't die in dreams because we don't know what it is to die in a dream. But we know how to succeed. We know how to make our dreams come to fruition.
Yes.
So we can imagine those things. We have the gift of being able to imagine what we want to do. It's all about finding the steps to get there.
Yes.
So
that is perfectly put. Snaps, because I completely agree. I feel like once you let go of the fear of failure, once you know who you are and know, like, I feel like that's another thing too. When you study the laws of nature and the laws that literally everything in natural, like in a natural world falls into place. Everything works coherently. Coherently and cohesively.
Cohesively is sticking. Coherent. I think you had it right.
Cohesive, coherent.
Whatever.
Fall into place. Exactly. But like, literally. So I feel like manifestation is a natural thing, and knowing that you are a child of God. And I grew up as a Muslim, but it's still the same. We still believe in the same thing. Exactly. So I feel like when we have trust in ourselves, trust in God, and trust that our lives are going to go on the path that we really like are manifesting for ourselves, no matter what, you're going to be successful. So, and then also, don't equate success with just the amount of people. You know, I feel like success could be like, literally, like, I feel like what we doing is successful. We only have and we are thankful for everybody who watches and tunes in, but I feel like once because we're continuing, and once we keep continuing, literally success is just,
it's about to happen. And success is like, to me, when you stop looking at others and look at yourself, and you understand that you are your only competition in life. Like, that's what I truly believe.
Yes.
When we started this podcast, we may have had 5-10 views, but now we have way more than that weekly. We're not even promoting as much. I'm gonna work on it. We're not even promoting as much, but it's just naturally just growing, engaging, because we're attracting what's meant for us, because we're putting in the work. We literally had an idea, and we were like, we just gonna do it. We're gonna make it work. We believe that we have things to offer, and it's successful to me. It's only gonna get more successful.
Yes, that's the thing.
So it's just like,
so period. The art of letting go of the fear of failure. That's our first. Our first topic. Let's get into some more.
So the next part of that, we have forgiving yourself for the mistakes that you've made in the past.
Yes.
Do you want to speak on this?
Yes, I do. Okay, so I had multiple businesses. I'm a person who like to try different things and see if I like it, and then if I don't like it, I'm gonna stop doing it. And I know, that could be a negative, but I do feel like that is something that I'm like, kind of like, dang, I could have been more into like certain aspects of business that I got into if I would have just kept trying. But I'm like, I can't hold on to that because I know it wasn't what my heart wanted. And I feel like that's the goal in life, is finding out what really fits you and what you love to do. So
and you never know if you don't try. If you never would have started those different businesses, in your mind you would be like, well, I wonder what would have happened if I did this. But you know.
Yeah, because I tried it.
Yeah. And you know it wasn't for you. Yeah. So you already took that step in trying to figure it out.
Exactly. So I do feel like you shouldn't hold on to it. And especially if you have an idea or a business or anything, like, and you feel like it didn't get as successful as you wanted it, don't hold that negativity or that like, dang, I could have been this, I could have did this, dang. It's like, if you hold on to that, it's like, you could have, okay, now what are you going to do? What's the next step?
You're blocking your natural state of evolving. As humans, we evolve, we change. Last year, you may have wanted to do that, but guess what? You could change your mind and you could decide you don't want to do something and try something new. We have time. We have the ability to change our minds.
Yes.
And we have free will. So it's like...
And I feel like that's when you realize, like, nothing is just, like, once you, like, quote-unquote, fail, when you realize that that's not the end of the world or that's not, like, the end of existence, it's like you keep pushing on and you keep figuring out your life and you keep... just like going with the flow of things and figuring out what works and what doesn't. So I feel like for me, I do hold on to like certain stuff, like mistakes I made in the past, and I'm just like, I sat myself down because I did have an issue with that, with holding on to stuff that happened in the past, and I'm just like, dang, I could have did this, I could have blah, blah, blah. But it's like, what is me?
Yeah, free yourself. Yeah, you gotta free yourself from the thoughts.
Free yourself from these like chains of just thoughts, because it's like, are you really like even paying attention to the now when you keep holding on to stuff in the past that happened?
Yeah, how could your future grow if you're too focused on your past? You know?
Yes, and I feel like
in the past you can't get back. It happened already. It's past. And the longer you hold on to it, the longer you're like stalling what you have in not only the present but your future.
Yes,
you know?
I totally agree. So I feel like as long as we're focusing on the positive and moving forward and not holding ourselves like so down about mistakes that we made in the past and like things that didn't work, I feel like that's the only way to really grow. Excel and grow.
Because it would be hard letting go. But once you let go of all the sand, you have more room to like I don't know, like have more positive things than sand.
Yes.
I don't know.
I get it.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's how. Do you have any more takes on the forgiving yourself for the mistakes?
No, I feel like we all go through it, rather it be like a failed relationship, rather it be a business that didn't work out, a friendship that may have not worked out. Yeah. But people are here for reasons and seasons that go for people's plans and ideas. And like we said earlier, you never know what's going to happen until you try. And then we also have to be thankful for what happened in the past, because everything that happens in the past, it happened so we could grow into the people we are in the present or could be in the future. But if you're not letting go of those things, even though it could be like a relationship where you just love this person, or a job that you thought was going to be the job of your dreams, you're never going to know what's over the next horizon if you're still focused on that.
Exactly.
You know, and things don't work out for a reason. You know, you gotta trust that the universe and the greater good has your best interest, and what's meant to be will always be.
Exactly.
So yeah.
Exactly. And that's like literally the key. We giving y'all the keys.
Do y'all hear this?
Y'all hear? This is
they don't want y'all to know about these keys, but we gonna give them to you. Unlock that door.
Unlock the door for success in your life. Let go and unlock and move forward.
Yes.
Okay.
And that goes into our next segment on focusing on the positive things in life. Focuses on the things that enrich your life, and remembering and always reminding yourself, what do you have right now in the present? What do you have that is making your life better? You know? Yeah,
I totally agree. I feel like for me, I'm always like, my mindset is more so like, okay, I want to reach this. I always put goals in my like head and stuff, and like, I gotta reach this next goal. I gotta move forward and keep moving forward. And sometimes, and I feel like that could be a negative thing to do too, is always just looking into the future, because it's like, are you realizing where you're at now?
Yeah.
And how much you evolved from the past?
Yeah.
Like, I feel like more people, when you sit down and appreciate and have gratitude for what you have at this moment, it like really like what's that called? I don't know the word, but it really like gives you like this like
emboldens you.
Yeah, like empowers. Like, and it's like, wow, okay, I know that I could reach, if I was able to reach this, I could reach more. So it's just like, I'm appreciative for the things and the position that I'm in right now. And I'm like so grateful for everything that I have now. I still want to reach the new heights, but sometimes you do have to sit down and appreciate what you have.
Because like you said, when you're goal oriented, it's really a good thing, but sometimes we don't take a step to like sit down and sit in the present and realize like, dang, this time last year I was in a messed up apartment crying over a guy, an apartment with carpet, just yellow lighting and all. And it's like, you could forget that now I could be in an amazing apartment, I had an amazing job with friends that I love and people that really support me. But if I'm too focused on what I don't have yet, I don't have the time to focus on everything I've already accomplished, you know? If you're always being like, I want more, I want this, it's great to be ambitious. Like, it's a beautiful thing to have ambition, but it's also very important to always be conscious of your wins, the small wins, because we have small wins every day, whether it be crossing a goal, a sales goal at your job, rather it be reconnecting with a friend, and you may have been a toxic friend in the past, but now you're more mature, and now you can focus on cultivating friendships in a healthy way. We have small wins every day, and we have to focus on those, because those make up the big wins in life.
Exactly. Like, literally every step and every day in your life is creating your own story. So it's like, you're literally living your own story. So why not appreciate it and then grow and then figure out how you want to grow and then like move forward towards that. I feel like that's the main thing. And appreciate life. I feel like a lot of people should just appreciate the smaller, even even nature. Like literally like days, I'm just like, God really did that.
Girl, me too. People be thinking I'm crazy. I've had somebody, like, I've gotten into an argument with somebody because I was just like, I just wish people would be more thankful for the free things we have. We have so much beauty, and like, sometimes I'm in awe when I go outside and be like, wow, look at all the different shades of green in this tree. Like, God could have really just been like, y'all, some Caillou shit.
Copy and paste. Same tree. Everything is like,
it's beautiful. And we have, like, when you really think about how nature and this world gives us everything we need for free, you know, we humans, you know, we kind of get on. We like to put price tags on everything and make everything horrible for the rest of society. But we have a lot of free things. We have food that grows out of the floor. We have the sunshine. We have nature. We have air. Like, literally, we have the perfect conditions for life to excel.
Exactly.
Like,
and that's it right there.
Like, we made it.
Like,
and even the fact that we made it here from our fathers, nutsack. Like, we was the little train that could and made it to life.
Yes, life.
Wow, bro. See, even this laughter right now, and us being able to enjoy each other. Like, we don't have to go out and spend no money. We don't have to be dressed in our best clothes. We don't have to worry about anybody else's gaze. We could just be happy in the present in this moment.
And then give it a gift to you guys to enjoy our moments together. Like, we're literally in this together. So
the present is a present. Period.
I love that. But, and I feel like even just how we were saying about the nature thing. Like, if more people just sat and realized how beautiful this world, this natural world is, it will be so much better.
And not to sound like super hippy dippy, but the tree, the beautiful tree that we see outside is not worried about how beautiful the sunflower is growing and how much beauty the sunflower is taking. They just both exist as two beautiful things separately. They serve different purposes, and that's how we should really live our lives.
Exactly.
Like, no more comparing.
Nope.
The sunflower is as beautiful and as precious as the tree that's growing.
Exactly.
The tree gives us carbon dioxide. The sunflower gives us seeds to grow food and to grow other things. They serve in different purposes, but they're mutually important.
Yes, and they all work together.
Yes.
Like, literally, like, nature, man. It's a beautiful thing. So, yeah, like, literally focus on the present.
Yes,
That's
the present. And remember, you don't have to compare yourself to others.
Yeah.
We live in a state where everything is like very instant gratification online and everything. Put down the phone and focus on yourself, and don't focus on, like, I used to have an issue with always asking people for advice on every single thing.
Oh, really?
Whether it comes to like advice on, and I feel like I'm a pretty good dresser, but I will always be like, well, what do you think about this before I buy it? Well, what do you think? And I just,
with clothes, I'm like,
with clothes,
I'm still kind of like that though. I ain't gonna lie, because I'm like, what do people dress like?
See, But it's like, what do you think? What do you dress like? If you had no opinions of anybody else, like, what would you really want? If you didn't have people telling you, oh, today you should get up and do this kind of job, or this is the trend right now, or this is what's in right now. What truly in your heart do you want to do in this life, and what do you want to achieve? And I feel like that's how you like get individuality, and that's how you become the maximum version of you. Not what somebody else wants you to do. Like, we always live through like a scope of, before we do it, oh well, what would Nasira do, or what would this person think? But if you're just truly living and focusing on yourself and not putting in the scope of what your friends think, what politically is correct, what is socially correct, just if it's not hurting anybody,
that's the main thing.
Yeah.
Make sure
y'all not hurt, like,
be respectful.
Yeah, be respectful to others, but really just focus on cultivating your own identity, your own personality, and that's when you'll start to attract people, because then you'll be really shining in the you of things, and then that's when you will really start to realize there's no other person who could do it like you. When you're living the maximum version of you, who gonna check you, boo?
Exactly.
Nobody.
And I feel like, even if you have the confidence, that's how trends start, because somebody started something, they had the confidence to wear it, they had the demeanor, and they just like, okay, I know I look good, and they didn't care. So it's like, wow, this person they look so nice, even though it could be like some of the craziest looking stuff in general, but if somebody could pull it off, it's like, wow. And I feel like if everybody had that delusion, they could feel like they could pull off anything.
They would. Look at Rihanna.
Yes.
Rihanna, you think Rihanna is getting online asking somebody, oh, what should I wear?
Yeah.
Oh, what should I do today? Like, nah, she gonna put that shit on without a second thought, because she thinks it's good. Yeah. And what does the world say? It's not cute until Rihanna does it. Because she's knowing, regardless of how it looks, I'm Rihanna. I'm gonna put it on, and Bella Hadid, Naomi Campbell, Beyonce, anybody else can put it on, but they're not gonna do it like Riri.
Yeah.
Y'all gotta be y'all own Riri.
Be y'all own Riri. Have confidence, like, cause she is like the confident queen. Like, I just loved her demeanor. Like, she knows she that girl, and hey, we know she that girl. So she could do it. Yes. She could do whatever she wants.
Remember, if you don't believe you that girl, nobody else would. Or that person. That man, that friend, that whatever.
Yeah, you gotta be the first believer in yourself. Exactly. That's really all it is. Believe in yourself and believe that you are that person.
And even when you don't believe in yourself, you have to realize you need a healthy amount of delusion.
Yes.
Like, delusion will take you far in life. Like,
really far.
Understanding that, because to me, things are really based on a construct. People tell you can't do things all the time, or this won't work all the time, or your mind, like we said earlier, there's a voice in your mind saying, oh, this won't work out. You have imposter syndrome. You have all these things telling you, like, stay in the status quo. But if you have a positive sense of delusion, you have the understanding that the impossible can be achieved. Or just because it hasn't been done yet doesn't mean it can't be done.
Exactly. Like literally everybody who has accomplished something believed in themselves. So if y'all realize that, like literally every invention, this camera we recorded on, somebody had this idea and they decided to make this, and now everybody is like using iPhones. Everything.
My sister was telling me, my older sister, she was like, 20 years ago, or no, it was like 30 years ago, she said. My god sister.
Oh, okay, I was like, hold up.
It's Gina's daughter.
Okay.
So I was doing her makeup over the weekend, and she was talking to me. We were talking to her son, actually, and he's 10 years old, and he was talking about how he wants to design modern houses. And how he Yes, he was
See, I love that.
It's so inspirational because he doesn't have anybody telling him, no, you can't. He has all the space in his imagination. He was saying he wants to make a car that runs off of water and modern houses. And instead of saying, well, that won't work, she was like, you should watch the Jetsons.
See,
like there's somebody who maybe can inspire you to do something different. But I say all that to say, she was telling me how 30 years ago she's seen something, and she was like, one day they're gonna have phones where you can see people's faces and talk to people. And she remembers saying no people. And she was like, now we have FaceTime. And we're all talking to each other on faces through the phone. Like, you don't have to call anybody and just hear their voice. You can literally see people on your phone. You don't have to buy an expensive camera. You don't have to have the most expensive technology. Everybody has an iPhone. You could be the richest person or somebody living under the poverty lines. In that moment, everybody has access and the ability to do something. So I forgot where I was going with that thought, but
I was about to get back into like more details of this kid. So that's another thing. I feel like if you are a parent, do not downplay your kids' dreams. I feel like that's the one thing, like, whatever, if my kid would tell me I want to freaking build some moon shoes to boost me up to the moon, girl, I'll be like, how you gonna do that? Let's hear it. Let's try it out. You know, it's never a good thing to knock a kid's dreams and to knock a kid down just because you believe that it can't be achieved, just because you believe that, oh, I ain't never heard nobody do nothing like that, so no, you can't do, like, no. What?
As long as you, and just like I told Pop, just like I tell Alex, my nephew, if it can be imagined in your mind, it can be achieved. One of my personal trainers told me, he was like, he believes that imagination is the space where we meet with God. Because God, that's a space where nobody can control your imagination. It's a private space, and you're giving all these amazing ideas, and you cultivate we cultivate the future in our imagination. Exactly. Like, if you really think about that, and you have to understand the society wants to kick that out of us. They take away our imagination. As we get older, when you talk to a child, they can name you 10 to 15 or more things they want to do. Because they haven't been told it's impossible. They haven't been told, oh, no, that's not going to work out. They believe that they can achieve everything in this world. And as we get older, that voice gets smaller and smaller and smaller because society works on us. It tells us, oh, well, women can't be astronauts. Oh, you're black, you're only going to be in this part of management in this neighborhood. Oh, you're poor, you can't get this. You can achieve everything you want in this life if you truly believe. Like, I know maybe that's the healthy amount of delusion that we were talking about. Exactly. But I truly believe that. Like, Who can stop you, you
Nobody.
know? And like I said, the imagination is the place where we cultivate our dreams in the future. And y'all know I love Kanye at this point. When he said they're trying to take it away from me, my childlike creativity.
Yeah.
Like, that is what makes an innovator. The ability to keep your imagination. Who thought Bill Gates... not Bill Gates.
Well, he made Microsoft.
Steve Jobs.
Yeah, iPhones. Like
he dropped out of school. You know how many people were probably telling him like, "Dang, you're not gonna amount to anything," or "Dang, like you should have just stayed in school." This man believed in his idea. He believed that, I never had a phone this thin. We've had a big phone. We have flip phones. He believed before anybody else that this is what we wanted. This is what we, even when we didn't think we wanted the small phones, we wanted the biggest phones. He was like, no, I can make something that's never been done. Yeah. And now the whole world is on Apple. You're probably watching this on something on your phone, on your laptop, on an Apple TV. And it's because he believed in his imagination. He believed in his dreams. And he cultivated that.
Yes, exactly. And I do feel like I remember I heard this thing, how we're all like a collective consciousness, basically, and we get our ideas, and if you don't work, like it's like downloads. And it made sense to me. So they were saying like certain ideas you get, it's like it comes to you like a download. Like you're like, okay, this is an idea that I have. I'm gonna work on it. If you don't work on it, it could get sent to somebody else. So it's like I heard, and I was like, that's and I love to keep an open mind on people's people's own opinion over like what's how life works. Yeah. So I'm like, wow, that's interesting, because it's like, you could be like, say you have an idea and you never work on it and you see it come out, you be like, dang it, I had that idea.
Do you know
first.
how many I used to tell Dana that I think the Instagram creators are paying attention to me. Like, let's start conversations. Because I'll be like, Dana, I want you to make me this. Yeah. And then we don't make it. We don't work on the design. 2-3 months later, I see somebody. I'm like, Dana, they're stealing our ideas. I keep making. I want a chrome. I remember telling her, I'm like, this summer, I want to wear a silver swimsuit. Everybody's wearing tropical. Everybody's wearing these bright colors, these neons. I want a metallic silver swimsuit. Yeah. We never made it. I sent her so many screenshots of girls in silver metallic swimsuits. I'm like, girl, it might be something about that. Yeah, because I was like, wow, that makes sense. Because it's like a lot of times it's like, it's like ideas that I'll have, and I'm like, dang it, like how they, I had that idea and I never worked on it because whatever, but it's literally like a free flow like of ideas and creativity, and if you don't use it, somebody else could. Like literally, it's like billions of people on this planet. You think that if you have this idea, you never work on it, that it's not gonna come to fruition. Like I feel like that made a lot of sense to me. So I'm like, okay, maybe it is something like that, because literally, if you have a great idea and never work on it and people don't get access to it, it's like... What is it? You're just going into like back into the imagination. Yeah, imagination pool. So it's like, okay, we have to really like, when we have a good idea, even though you feel like something might hold you back from it or whatever, just try it and see how far you could get with it, and just... if you don't like it, then okay, you're not upset that it might get to somebody else. Somebody else might get the idea and start it. Then it's like, you can't really be mad. Yeah. Have you ever read The Alchemist? No, but I heard of it. The Alchemist is a great book. Highly recommended. It's one of my favorite books. It basically talks about the concept, how I said earlier, when we're younger, we have all these ideas, or we know exactly what we want to do in life. Like we have a passion from a young age. A lot of people do. And as we get older and older, we say, imagine this. What if this would have happened? What if this would have happened? And through life, we create all these things. Like in the story, the guy, he was in love with a shepherd's daughter, or a rich man's daughter. And I think he had shepherd, like he had sheep. Oh, okay. And he wanted to marry her, but he had to go and achieve his goals. And he was talking about how like in life, we'll say, no, I have to stop working on my dreams because I'm in love. I can't travel to the south of France and accomplish what I want to do because I met this beautiful person. I'm in love. They connect. But if somebody truly loves you, they're gonna want you to go out and achieve your goals.
True.
Everything, like you said, works and falls into place as it should. And if you really follow your dreams, you could turn a thought and make, like, it's an alchemist. You could turn your thought into gold, into fruition, into reality. Exactly. But you can't let things hold you back. It could be fear. It could be the fear of losing somebody you love. The fear of failing. It's all in your head.
Exactly.
Like, it's really all in your head. And I'm a firm believer that whether it be love or anything else in life, if it's meant to be, it would be.
Exactly.
But you only have one life. And why would you spend your limited time on this earth not doing what you want to do? Living in the service of others, whether it be their opinions, their ideas, their wants, their needs. You only have a very limited time on the earth. We don't live past 100 too often.
Yeah, literally. And then it's like, by 100, what do you want to do at that point, you know?
So, just...
I know if I get to 100, I want to be chilling until my day comes.
I'm starting to see spaceships on vacant. And time to meet the OG in the sky.
Exactly. So,
just always try to believe. Always, don't try, do. Always believe in yourself. Because like I said, y'all might have the same ingredients, but nobody can make that sauce like you.
Exactly.
You got to create the wave. You don't want to ride the wave.
And it's literally, like, everything is energy. Number one. So if you put in the energy into something and it's your personal energy that you're putting into it, it's never going to be the exact same like anybody else. Anything, clothes, it could look alike, but it's literally, each stitch is not going to be the same. Like, so we got to realize that, like, we have the power and the strength to really do whatever we want in life. So you're unique. Don't let nobody tell you differently.
Yes. You're a God body. Yes. Everything that you want to achieve, you can. You're made in whoever you believe's image.
Yes.
And I'm sure you think that they're amazing and you could create, they could create everything. They created life. So if you're made in their image, why wouldn't you be able to create life, create ideas? We women create life. People create life.
Yes.
You create life when you plant something. You're creating a new form of life.
Yeah.
When you give birth to somebody. When you cultivate relationship with your pets and your friends, you're breathing life and soul into this world.
And it's literally like the energy and like how we say like compare it, like we're putting our soul into it and like putting our ourselves into it is literally like because there's the energy of ourselves where to create life. It's you put two energies together to create this life. To plant a seed, you're sowing the like doing everything and putting yourself into it for it to grow. It's like literally like it. And I just like life could be so simple, and life is like it's so complex.
Be so simple.
It's so complex, but if you realize it, it's so simple, and God gave us everything that we need, and it's just like we just really gotta put our energies into stuff.
And tap into the energy within.
Yes. So
so that has been our segment for the day.
Yes.
Delusion
is your friend. Number one.
Delusion is your friend. Let go of fear.
Yes, and focus on the positive.
Yes.
And I, the other thing about that too, just a quick little side note, is I know like some people go through, people go through hardships and people have moments where it's not always great. It's not always rainbows and sunshine because that's what life is about. It's about ups and downs, but don't hold on to the negative and realize that for me, I feel like I realized that like my negative experiences in life, I've realized that I'll never be as sad as I was in that moment.
Yeah.
So it's like when you think back on it, it's like, okay, I know that was a moment of down and I was like really like down but I knew I could grow out of it. I grew out of it, and now when I think back on it, it's never putting that pressure on me how it, because I know that was a moment in my life. It was a necessary moment in my life.
Yeah, it grows you. It makes you better.
Yeah. So I'm able to like realize that and move on. Even positive, like you experience so much positive, like, and you could look back on the positive, and it's like, okay, I like that feeling, and I realize that, you know. But it's never gonna be like the exact same.
You'll never get that moment back, but you can live in the present and create new moments and cultivate new experiences. There's been moments where I truly believe like I would never feel this amount of pain again, whether going through heartbreak, whether going through something with your family, or even something physical like falling and breaking a leg. You might be like, wow, this is a pain I've never experienced before. I can't imagine something hurting more than this. And then you heal your leg, and then you have a breakup. And in that moment, you think, oh,
I'll never feel nothing as bad as this. Yeah.
But life is all about evolution. And as long as you let go, new things will grow.
Yes.
And whatever doesn't kill you, literally, like, it's so corny, but whatever doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Yes. Like, I always be like, did I die though? Like,
exactly.
no.
Like, I'm still here. I'm
still here.
Exactly. Yeah. So literally just live your lives to the fullest and realize life is not that serious.
Yeah.
That's the whole thing. Like, do what you want, love your life, and enjoy.
And know that you have the power to create the life you want to live. Yeah. Like, no matter how society wants to work on us and make us little worker ants, you need to really, I'm looking dead at y'all right now. Yeah. Y'all really need to understand that you have control of this life. It's like on some Matrix shit. Like, you literally could wield and create possibilities that you only dreamed of if you truly understand that you have the power to manifest and to wield and to change your reality. Exactly. Your reality or your thoughts. If you think only negative, of course, your life is going to be negative because you're going to attract what you're putting out. But if you truly believe and have that healthy amount of delusion that your life is going to be as amazing as it's supposed to be, as you deserve it to be, as you want it to be, it will be.
That's that.
And that's that on that.
Yes. Okay. This episode was so. I feel like this episode was a whole wellness segment for y'all. Yes. So, hey, wellness segment is our topics. Yes. Are to let it go, focus on the positive, and have a healthy mind.
Yes. When you do all this, it's good for your mental health. It's good for your soul. It's good for your body. It's healing.
Yes, it really is. It really is.
Yes.
So that's our topics for the week.
Yes.
Do you have any? Because we have not done a black business in a minute. Do you have any off the top of your head?
Black business. I'm gonna say y'all go stream that SZA album.
Period. Oh
it's amazing.
Go stream it. I listened to it probably like 5 times straight through, like already.
It's so good.
It's so good. Like, and she is just the embodiment of a real person, and I love that her music just reflects like real life situations. It's like, wow.
And I feel like listening to the album, she talks about having all this kind of built up frustration with herself, her past relationships. And as you get through the album, she kind of forgives herself for the mistakes she made in the relationships in the past. And she lets go of the toxicity and realize like, I'm SZA, I'm that girl, I'm that bitch. Like, I don't care. You guys talking about my plastic surgery? Yeah, I got it. I don't got no shame. Yeah, I was in this relationship with this toxic person. Yeah, I'm gonna go back in this moment because I feel in love. I feel vulnerable. Yeah. But by the time you grow, hey, I'm SZA. She's smoking on her X-Pack. Like,
smoking on my X-Pack tonight. I love it. It's so good. So go stream that. Black business.
That's our black business and our music segment.
Yeah, a little combination. Make sure y'all stream it. Make her. She already up there, but still, let's keep it going.
Give that lady her flowers while she here.
Exactly. She is one of a kind.
In 20 years and 30 years, we're gonna tell our kids about y'all don't know about that.
Y'all know about that.
Her grandma used to give us a word.
For real. So support that 5 of them for sure.
Yes. Yes. We're part of our R&B girls.
Yeah. So I guess that concludes
our episode.
Yes.
Thank you so much. Next week we'll have our holiday episode.
Oh,
it might
yeah.
be focused on Christmas. It might be focused on New Year's. We gonna throw it up in the air.
We gonna see.
Yes.
What the vibes are.
Yes. So this has been New Girls on the Block.
Yes.
Thank y'all for listening. Stream everywhere and anywhere you listen to podcasts. Yep. And tune in every Friday on YouTube.
Oh, we're gonna take that loosely every Friday because it might be Saturday. It might even be Sunday. Hey. But it's gonna be out by the week. Like
we'll give you a gift every weekend.
Every weekend.
Yes.
A gift for you. So thank you guys. Yes. And bye.